This is definitely one of my more extreme slash really detailed builds, right? Where I did tons and tons of pieces, had to do find different ways to make things better throughout the process. So did a little bit of prototyping and replacing pieces just because I really wanted to make it really good, make it really strong. So this is the Emerbu AK was it AKM74, the newest AK blaster that Emerbu is selling. So it's from A&K Rattlesnake. That's the manufacturer. Emerbu is selling it on Amazon or emerbutoys.com. So I showed it to you in stock format somewhat recently. Well, wanted to mix something up, right, guys? I tell you, I don't like to do the same builds over and over, so I wanted to do something different. I've never made a sniper style AK blaster, right? So that's what I wanted to accomplish here. So let's talk a little bit about what I did. So I did add a buffer tube here. Now I went ahead and again, I used the metal piece that's there for the standard stock, and I actually, drilled through that. So this is definitely a nice, robust, strong attachment point. And then I even had a metal buffer tube. So I went with the metal buffer tube there. All right, we've got this kind of HK style stock, which is just a bigger kind of stock, that beefier sniper style, right? Built out some custom pieces for it. So I added this piece to the back, right? Then we've got the extension, and then the butt pad from the stock is actually on the back here. So you still have that, a little riser action here, right? And then a little monopod that actually works on the bottom of the stock as well. So I think that turned out pretty good. Again, you can see I was incorporating the desert tan, and then since I had some of this camo tape style stuff still from some other blaster a long time ago, I thought I'd go ahead and incorporate that in too, right? So that it's a little more camouflage looking. All right, now when we come up to the top here, I went with something a little different than I've done before. This is more of basically like just a riser, right, that is attached to the top of the dust cover. Now, what happened as I was doing that, I'm like, well, I want to ensure that it's really straight. So what can I do to do that? So I built this piece onto it that fits right in through here, because that way I know it's lining this up really nice and straight. And of course, this is screwed down through the attachment that was the holes that were already there. So that worked out really good. Of course, before I forget, I also did go ahead and run the battery back into the buffer tube. So with this one, the battery is going to stay in the buffer tube. Um, you know, I did use some plugs that you could switch around if you wanted the battery back up there, but I would, with this one, it's definitely intended to be permanent to the buffer tube. Out front here again, just a different grip. So this grip actually does have some of this, hexagon style on it. So that's why I went ahead and tied that in a few places. So you see that here on the back, it's down here. So that's what I wanted to, tie in that pattern since it was used in one of those. And this was actually a grip I'd had printed already and just had laying around. So I really customized it to fit perfectly flush kind of to the bottom of the handguard there. So you got a nice grip there because it is so extra long, right? Now, when we get all the way out to the front here, this piece, which gives us side rails and the bottom rail for the bipod, okay? So these are attached against the metal outer barrel tight. And then I built out a really nice bipod, right? I didn't want to make a flimsy bipod. So basically, I used some bipod legs I had, metal rods in them, put them really thin, very wimpy bipod, right? Built out these. So now these are nice and thick, right? Then we've got some adjustable feet on them as well, some nice rubberized adjustable feet. These were just something I had laying around the garage. Not exactly sure. Same with that monopod, what they were from. So this is on here really nice, right? This turns, so you can flip it up like this. And there's these little pieces back here that lock it into place so that it really kind of keeps it tight. Let me see if I can get you a better shot of that. The hard thing is with this being so hard to kind of get everything in frame, right? So there you go. You can see right there underneath. So these screw down tight into these holes, and that keeps it in place so that it's sturdy. Still not rock solid, but definitely very sturdy. And again, metal pieces are through here, metal pieces through here. This is a super thick, strong piece that I printed, and this is actually screwed through all the way through the rail so it's in there really nice and tight. Now you can kind of see some of the different panels on there too. All right. Otherwise, just added some accessories out there. Okay. So you got some accessories. We got a flashlight. We got a laser on the other side. This is just a dressed up scope, gel blaster grade scope that's just been dressed up, built out a little bit, painted, right, added to, just to really kind of look very sniperish. So overall, I think it turned out really nice. You can see a really long fake suppressor on there. The inner barrel does actually terminate at the regular spot, and then you just have this really long barrel. And that's where, of course, I used the camo tape and then made these special ends that were red that have the hexagon look throughout too. So there you go. I think it turned out really nice. Definitely huge, big blaster, but definitely something I haven't done before. So the Emerbu A&K Rattlesnake AK74 Sniper Style Gel Ball Blaster Master Custom. All right. Questions, comments, post them below. Oh, also, I did do an M95 spring upgrade, so you're going to see that too when we play around with it for the demo. Again, questions, comments, post them below. Like, subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and participate in YouTube contests when they're live. Probably will have a big one towards the end of the year. Thanks.